I have a good story about that. I'll tell you.
Okay.
Where's the music?
I don't like this bubble. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Lady from the Past and Future Show. We have back with us tonight, Roger Deneen Ward. Yes, as our guest co-host. Yes. But you know, we got a hot one tonight, a very hot one tonight, man. Before we get to her, I want you guys to tell me what you think. There was an incident that took place on the football field where Jamar Chase actually spit on another player. What did you guys think about that? What you think about that, Roger?
I think that showed that they don't have no sportsmanship, regardless of how much you got get paid. It's just a game. But maybe I'm wrong on this, but didn't Dak do something similar earlier in the beginning of the year? Didn't he? Dak did? Yeah. So to me, is they with those guys is getting a little bit out of control with what they think they can get away with. You know, I mean, football already a rough. Well, you know, these big football playing high school. It's already a rough sport. You know.
Absolutely. What do you think, man?
Well, first of all, I just think it's disrespectful. That's like the most disrespectful thing that you can do. And I think that, you know, they need to deal with it accordingly, because they need to send a message out there that it's just not going to be accepted. You can't just do anything. I mean, that's not even in the game. I mean, you know, that doesn't even affect the game at all. It would be different, like if, you know, somebody pushed you, kicked you. I mean, something that's in the game. This doesn't even affect the game. Come on.
Absolutely. Now, I don't think the suspension, 1 game suspension, is enough. You know, I think they should be suspended more than 1 game without pay. But in any event, what we're gonna do, we're gonna move on, because we got a hot guest. Yeah, you know, she's back for a second time, and she is more than just an entrepreneur. This chick can bake. You know, she can bake. I'm a little disappointed because I used to be her test taster and took that away from me. But coming to the stage is Miss Peachy the hair painter, Lisa DeJesus.
How you get fired?
Yo.
You know, I don't understand.
What up?
What's going on, Peachy? How you doing?
I am Peachy. I'm feeling peachy.
Okay.
It's a peachy evening. And Peachy says thank you for welcoming her back for a second time.
Yeah, it's your night. It's your night.
No, it's our night. We're doing this collectively.
Love that. I love that.
Yeah, somebody needed to.
Good, man. She's good, but you know, listen, you know how we do it here. You know, we actually, even though you've been on the show before, we still gonna travel back down memory lane. Okay.
Okay.
So,
let me turn my mic up. Okay, hold on.
Okay.
Okay, there we go.
Let everyone know where you were born and raised.
I was born in Annapolis, raised in Annapolis Garden, AG for life. Whoop whoop.
Huh?
Born and raised in Annapolis. Grew up in Annapolis Garden. My father retired from the military, moved us out of Annapolis Garden, and moved us to right off of Silipana Road. Annapolis spelled backwards. So yeah.
So, you know, I'm laughing because, you know, we spoke earlier about this AG stuff.
Yeah.
But shout out to AG. Everybody from AG, shout out. Nice to see everybody. Now, what are some of the things that you enjoyed doing while growing up?
While growing up, I can say growing up, That's so long ago, like
Yeah.
so long ago. Um, I can remember like always wanting to do hair or even wanting to play in makeup. Um, I remember probably being maybe no more than 10 years old, having a doll, and I was doing her hair. And then my father had some wood in the backyard, and I built a little bed and all of this kind of stuff. So I've always been a hands on, in the trench type person.
Man, so was there anybody that you looked up to that did hair while growing up?
Um, my godfather, Lacey McKinney, he was a hairstylist, and then when I started cosmetology, I worked in his salon, and I worked under Bunny Tarnice Chapman, and Bunny taught me the foundation of hair. Bunny taught me how to cut hair, and to this day, I still cut the same way. 43 years later, no, it's no 46 years later, I still use the same concept. I've learned from Grace. I've learned from Lisa Lane. I've learned from Carla Matthews. Those they are older than me, so I've always looked up to them in some shape, form, or fashion, and then had the opportunity to work alongside of them or just sit back and watch them. I learned from Jewel Chambers, Delma, Florida. Those were the heavy hitters in this area. So I'm grateful that I got to team up with them at some point in time, because you carry that along the way. You always go back to your foundation. But most importantly, Bunny got me there. Like, I will pay homage to her all the time. She got me right there. That cut, and everybody always says, "Oh, girl, all you want to do is cut." I learned it from Bunny. And I often tell my clients, new and old, um, if you go to a hairstylist and they don't want to cut your hair, baby, you better get up and leave. You better leave, because baby, they don't even want to be taking pride in your hair. When you sit in my chair, I'm gonna tell you, baby, we gotta put some scissors on this head now. We gotta get you right, because my name carries weight. My name carries weight. I'm gonna tell you it carries weight. So I'm
Yeah.
not gonna just do anything to you, because one thing I'm not, and I do a lot of laughing and joking, but when it comes to business, I'm real serious about that thing. Um, when it comes to doing hair and carrying my name, we're gonna have to do it the right way. Because what I'm never hungry for is stealing somebody's money, just taking somebody's money just
Yeah.
to say that they were my client or whatever the case may be. No, if you pay me, I'm gonna give you 100% of who I am.
Yes, yes, yes. Now, before I pass it over to Roger, Lisa, you also bake. What got you into baking?
Um, that's a good question. I guess it's in my DNA, it's part of my lineage. My great grandmother and my grandmother owned a crab cake shop in town. So that's one component of cooking. And then my mother, and my brother Craig, they used to do a lot of catering. So that's the second component. So then from me just looking at them and other family members, it kind of trickled down to me to learn how to cook. But the baking part is, my mother could bake, but she couldn't cook. I mean, I'm sorry, that's reverse. She could cook, but she couldn't bake.
Mm.
So it's 13 of us, right?
Yeah,
So, my mother needed some dessert for us, because we always had dinner and dessert.
yeah,
So I just would try my hand at it. And I remember one year for Christmas, she gave me some cake pans. I got cake pans for Christmas, the Superman, Batman, Holly Hobby, and all of those. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to try to make my own birthday cake. Because at the time, we didn't have all of that fancy stuff, the fondant and this, that, and the other. So my mother, I got that as a Christmas gift, and I just put it to work and had a birthday party, and the rest is history. And then I've always baked, like I said. And then when the pandemic came, instead of having anxiety and trying to figure things out, try to figure life out, I just was like, let me do something. Let me just, I can't get out here and go to work. So let me do something. So I had a box of cake mix or something. I was like, I want a piece of cake. So I was like, let me bake a cake. And the cake did not taste right. I was like, let me just go online and find a recipe. And I just baked a cake, a pound cake, and I was like, oh, this joint good.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I just was playing around and I was offering people slices of cake. And, some people would come to my door, get a slice of cake. And that's how it started. And then I started perfecting my recipe. And here we have it. I'm like, for the Juneteenth event, I sold almost 700 slices. The first year I sold, I think 452 slices. Then the next year I sold like five something. And then the third time I had like 700 slices. So as time go on, I get better and better with it. And as you know, you've purchased cakes from me before. I give
Absolutely.
you the best. Ain't nothing
What?
baked a week in advance.
No,
If
no,
you want it tomorrow, I'm gonna bake it today.
absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
yeah,
Well, shout out to Daryl McKinney, Starworth. He said that you are AG homegirl for real.
absolutely.
On you, Roger.
Yeah, he said real AG homegirl.
Okay, so hold
That's,
up, Roger. Hold up. I
uh,
had been forewarned that you were coming for me, and I was like, I know my homeboy ain't coming for me like that.
well, you know, Armin trying to start put that knife in between there because you know
Yeah.
Annapolis Gardens was the best community. They hate so much haters. Them Newtown 19, Newtown 20, Robin Wood. You know, don't nobody like a neighborhood that's one way in, one way out anyway. You can go in. Don't get me started now. You can
Oh
go in
my
Annapolis Garden and
gosh.
go in one way, come out because you know why? We was a peaceful community and we loved each other. And
Right,
police were scared coming in our neighborhood. Come on.
right,
You know,
right.
Almond said that he used to be your taster, but you fired him. Elaborate on that.
Well, no, he was my taste tester at the beginning, just like
Yeah,
anything else. You're gonna give people a little bit, right?
right.
But when you perfect it, why would you give your product away, sir?
Boom. There you
Why
go,
would you
right
do
there.
that?
Get it.
Listen. One thing I'm gonna tell you about me, I'm a hustler. So no, I let them taste them in the beginning, but I got this thing mastered. Like when I started doing hair, I might do somebody hair for $5. And it ain't gonna happen today. My prices are look, my prices are my prices, all right. I stay
There you go.
consistent in the industry, so I have to charge you accordingly.
There you
Right?
go. I think my sister used to come and get it. Didn't
Oh
Lisa
my
used to?
God, man, your sister,
Yeah.
like she was my bestie. I was her maid of honor in her wedding.
There
We
you
were
go.
pregnant at the same time.
Oh, y'all went to the same party.
Huh.
You know,
Yeah.
I left, and overseas came back. My sister had a kid because Lisa was never that one. And they said, "Well, Lisa pregnant." I said, "Lisa who?" Because you know
Hmm.
she was all about her money and stuff. I said, "What
Yeah.
happened to her? Somebody drugged her or something?" I ain't know what's going on.
Yep. We had our kids 1 month apart.
Oh, that's great. I
Yep.
see you have won a plethora of awards and stuff. That's awesome. That Fannie Lou Home, you know what it
Yeah.
is. Tell us
Yeah.
about it. Because I'm messing up. Tell
I
us.
think that award is mainly for community work.
Okay.
That and I'm gonna say because that's basically what I do. I get in the community. I get in the community. A lot of times I don't need to be put in the front.
Right.
I don't need to be put in the front. I will contribute, I will advise, um, and I can sit in the back. I'm okay. I'm okay with being Rosa Parks and sitting in the back on certain things.
There you go.
I don't need all of those accolades. And there's times that people have wanted to um you know, give me my flowers while I'm alive and, nominate me for different things. And I'll just say I appreciate it, but no, I'm okay.
Yeah. Well, you know, they gave it to you because you earned it. And I'm
Yeah,
super proud of you.
wholeheartedly.
Yep.
Yeah.
Super proud of you. That's that AG thing. And then before I turn over, you know, my aunt Anna had the glowing star. you know, right there
I
on West.
remember Glowing Star, but I was like
Right.
young. So
Yeah.
I
It was.
remember the name. Let me say this.
Uh-huh.
And I remember people used to go in there for Jerry curls like 6 o'clock in the morning, and they still be in there 6 o'clock in the evening. So, but
Yeah.
I don't know a whole lot about them.
Well, it was the first black one, and she, like
Oh,
you, she
that's
got
right.
her paperwork from Maryland as well, University of Maryland. You got yours from University of Maryland, Eastern Shore. You know, they all tied in together. So I'm gonna turn it over to D.
Okay.
Hey, Lisa.
Hey.
And see, I know firsthand about Lisa because Lisa did my hair, so
Yep.
There you
I know
go.
what she do. I know what she can do. So I'm so excited to have you on here today. And I
Thank
didn't
you.
even know all this stuff about you because I have been away. But what I wanted to focus on is a couple things. I'm a girly girl, so everybody. This is one of the questions that everybody wants to know. So, what are the trends out there in hair care now? Like, what kind of trends do you see in hair care? Like, is there anything in particular that's different now than it was in the past? Like, people are doing more of this and not that.
Um, a lot of people are going natural. Um, and I kind of chuckle when I hear people say, like they'll say, "Oh, I stopped getting relaxers because relaxers damaged my hair." And I can't agree with that on certain cases because I found cases where being natural has damaged your hair. But as soon as you put a little bit of creamy crack in there, voila, your hair looks better. It feels better. It's much better. So a lot of times, um,
Not
I
creamy
think
crack.
people follow the trend, if you will. They'll follow the trend without even knowing what the full details are for the trend. Like, um, for as good as my hair is, and all hair is good, but for as good as my hair is, me personally, I would never want to go natural. It's too much work. It's too expensive. I just don't have that kind of time to be bothered with it. So it's so much easier for me to slap some perm in my hair, some color, and put some tracks in there, and baby, I'm gone.
Right,
So
right,
and
right.
and really it's like a 360. Everything comes back. And I know I've been doing hair a long time because finger waves have has come back 3 times. I remember going I remember being in labor and I had finger waves in my head. My daughter's 33 years old.
Wow. Yeah.
Mm.
No, I get that.
So
I do understand that, and I'm glad you even said that because I mean everybody you have to do what's best for you. And
absolutely.
but a lot of people do think that going natural is going to be easier, but I haven't seen it to be that because I mean, but so yeah, I'm glad you did say that. You got to do what's best for you on the hair.
Yep.
Also I wanted to he was talking about you baking, he's talking about you doing hair, but I wanted to talk about how you are a teacher and a trainer. And I wanted to
Um
know what got you into like, teaching cosmetology and then training, writing out training things for people.
um I give the utmost respect to Carla Matthews. Um like it's crazy. I never in my wildest dreams envisioned being a teacher. And Carla Matthews, she called me and she was like, "Hey Lisa, what do you think about teaching?" Blah blah blah. And I was like, "Girl, I ain't never taught nothing a day in my life. People that work in a salon, I help them, things like that. But to get out there and teach some students, no, I've never done it." And she said, "Lisa, I will take you by your hand and I'll guide you." And if somebody's giving you a part of them, and that's a good opportunity, why wouldn't you?
Right.
So I took it. I went in the second half of the school year. So, it was different. It was very different because I didn't understand what I was doing, but I wasn't gonna let the students know. Like I could teach them the hair part of it, but just getting acclimated with the classroom setting and what was expected of me every day, and I had to follow a list every day. That was a very hard part. But once school was over that year, that summer, I talked to her and I ended up going back. So when I came back the second year, I was on point. And like I say, she took me by my hand. I did some professional development classes. I had to take some college courses. And the biggest part that made me feel good about this was the difference that I was making in these young girls' lives. I
Boom.
mean, you got children, you got girls. I'm gonna say girls because I had all girls. I'm teaching 14 girls. That's 14 different personalities on top of my crazy ass personality. So you got all of these personalities. So those young girls will try to give you a run for your money, but you got to set a foundation. Um, I don't know where the podcast is. Oh, hey, and real quick, some people are texting me and they're trying to get on or whatever. I don't know how you're gonna handle
Can
that.
can you put it on? Can you just put it on her page? Just
It is. I'll put it on your page.
Oh,
All you gotta
let
do
me.
is tap on that banner.
Okay, let me tell her go on my page.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm
You
sorry.
No,
That's
okay.
all right.
It's
Hit
okay.
those
No,
comments. Look what Reno said.
Yeah, we're gonna wait for her to finish talking first.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on one minute.
You know,
Reno ain't Reno's always been that guy.
Okay. All right, here we go. Okay, so anyways, so you got 14 different personalities, right? So you got to create something where you're going to touch everybody. And a lot of times I will always say, if I touch one somebody, my job is done. But when you have young girls that could go astray and need that guidance, you got to create something, some type of format, some type of plan that's going to affect everybody. So the one way that I found to get them all on the same page, in the morning I would make all of them go in front of their mirror, and you had to look at that mirror and you had to tell you how much you loved you and how you were going to change you. That's what you had to do. And not only did I make them do it, I did it as well. Because I needed to change my attitude, because when you got 14 girls trying to gang up on you, you ready to gang back on them. You ready to take them all one by one. Like, come on, whatever. But you know what? You can't have that type of attitude when you're dealing with children. You got to learn how to decompress, woosah, pray, beg. You got to learn how to do all of that. But the good thing was, when I left, because I did it for 3 years, and my reason for leaving was I could not pass the praxis test. And that's the test to become a certified teacher. I couldn't pass it. The reason why I couldn't pass it was a lot of the stuff I didn't learn in school, because my credits came from cosmetology. I was in cosmetology from 10th grade to 12th grade. So therefore, I didn't have math. I didn't have science. I didn't have history. All of this stuff that was on the praxis test, I didn't have it because I got it from the cosmetology side. So I couldn't pass that test. So that's why I didn't go back. So, and had I passed the test, I still would be there today, because years later, these girls still text me. They still call me, and they be like, Miss D, everything you said was true. And I would be like, oh no, but your head was hard then. And they thank me. So I know that just as much as I help them, they help me to become a better person as well.
Absolutely.
Oh, I love that. Oh, I love that. I mean, that's great. I have such a passion for youth as well, and I love that you're able to two things: have impact on the next generation, right? And then the other piece is on how they had impact on you, because I always talk about this. I talk about how I have a young son that's 24 years old, and I said I'm so grateful to have that young son, because that young son keeps me up on what's going on in the world. So
Right.
He keeps me really I know what's going on, so I don't get lost, because as you get older, you kind of get removed from it. So that's what the young people they keep you young. So it's a reciprocity thing where you give and you're getting.
There you go.
Absolutely.
That's
Absolutely.
the awesome thing about teaching. And then about training, like when you were doing like the cosmetology part, right? Those were kind of the same things. What about you kind of giving advice on cosmetology? Like, I think I read in your bio that they were saying that you were helping them create curriculum.
Yeah, well, again, Carla Matthews taught me how to do it. She um taught me how to create a curriculum that could reach these girls. And then something as simple, and I applaud myself on it. Like, some people may look at this as something simple, but it meant a lot. Um, when I was teaching, something as simple as me telling the kids, one day I said to somebody, "Can you look out there and tell me what time it is?" And she said, "Look where?" And I said, "On the analog clock."
Oh
And
God.
she said, "Miss D, we don't know how to tell time from an
Yeah.
analog clock." I said, "What?"
Right.
Right? So I made that same day, I made that a part of my curriculum. I got some erasable markers, right? The next day I had all of them at their mirrors. After they affirmed themselves to themselves, I had them to draw a circle, 12, 3, 6, 9. And then I had them to draw their hands, and I went over it. I started from beginning to end. And then every day they had to draw a clock, 12, 3, 6, 9. They had to mark it on there when they started and when they finished. And the closeout was, I would give them a time, like 12:47. They had to draw it on the mirror.
Oh,
So that helped them. Something as simple as a color wheel. They wouldn't get it from the book. You know what I did on my lunch break? I went and bought some vanilla Oreo cookies,
Mm-hmm.
some vanilla frosting, and some food coloring.
right.
And I told them, take blue and let's just say blue and red. What is that going to make? They told me green. They could paint this cookie. They could frost this cookie. And then I would give them other colors. And afterwards, the treat was you eat your cookies.
I love that.
Yeah.
But I taught them how the color wheel.
Right.
So there was a lot of times I created things like using a flat iron, how to put a weave in. Created all of those into my curriculum. Those were the fun days, and you always give them something to look forward to. You don't stick to the books all the time because it becomes boring. You give them,
Hmm.
like, okay, we're gonna finish this today, but tomorrow we're gonna make those cookies.
Yeah,
That's
that's
when you got the
good.
best work from them. You got the
Good.
best out of them.
See,
Amen.
Or, we created a salon and how your salon should be, and then we made facial scrubs. We made all kinds of stuff. So I took the fun things and added into the curriculum that the Board of Education required us to teach the kids.
that's nice, Lisa. I love that. I mean, you said I'm just going to go to this, and then I'm going to send you back to Amon. But you
Okay.
were in the beginning. You were saying, I never taught. I never did anything. But what I'm hearing from you is a natural teacher. I
Right.
mean, like a natural teacher, somebody
Hmm.
that is just naturally able to teach, and that's what you're saying right now. And I love that. So, Amon, go
Thank you.
ahead. I'm over here for a little bit.
So I'm going to give a shout out to Pamela Williams. Welcome to the show. Vanessa Turner. Welcome to the show. Cheryl D. Queen. Welcome to the show. Ron McGee. He love your cakes.
Hmm.
Tyrese Wilson. Welcome to the show. Valerie Johnson. Welcome to the show. And a quick question for you from Reno. In the All right. Can you see that question right there?
What can you do? We can give him a man weave.
Uh,
Hey,
We
hey,
can
look.
we can give you a man weave. It's real simple, real easy.
It's real easy.
Yeah.
Uh, okay, I'll be there next week or week
Okay.
after. Whatever, all right. Now, Lisa, welcome to the
Mhm.
show, Couture Kelly. You've owned your salon since 1993.
Correct.
All right, and you also mentor. How do you find the time to set aside and mentor the youth like that? You're a strong advocate for education. Where do you find the time in the hours?
A lot of times I'm mentoring right in my chair. When
Wow.
somebody sit in my chair, like truthfully, I am a hairstylist by trade, by license, by experience, but in reality, I am your pastor, I am your doctor, I am your lawyer, I am your Indian, I am your chief. Chief, I wear many hats. It happens right in my chair. And that's a bulk of the time. And then, on my days off, I find things to do. Um, and it probably looks like I'm all over the place, in which I am. Because in my head, I say, when I die, that's when I'll sit still. But until then, I got things I got to do, and sitting down ain't going to get me there.
Yes, 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 yes. Well, you know, another thing I noticed about you, you are big and strong on family. Talk a little bit about your family.
Oh, look at my chickadees. So, as you guys know, the young lady in the middle that's on the ground, that's my biological daughter. So, the young lady that's next to me, that's my brother's daughter. The young man, that's my nephew's son. The young lady with the little boy, that's my best, well, she was my best friend, my best neighbor. That's her daughter, and that's Ashley's son. And Chavez is my foster child. So, these are children. I have a biological child, but keep in mind, a village is always important. So I took my brother's daughter when she was probably like 4 or 5 months old. She's now 30 something years old. So, you know, I raised her, my great nephew, I raised him. And then Ashley, this is how I got my grandson. Ashley's mom was the custodian at Votech when I was in high school, and she would let me practice on her. And then after I graduated from high school, we became friends. So, and we lived in the same neighborhood. We were pregnant at the same time. So our children grew up together. And then her mom passed, and I've been in Ashley's life all of her life. And I told her mom I would never leave her side. And I haven't. So when Ashley had her baby, she said, Aunt Lisa, here's your grandson. So listen, it was already in my plan to adopt a Black and Filipino little boy when I retire. That was already, like I've always said, oh, when I retire, I'm going to adopt a little boy, a newborn baby. But my little kingy wingy bingy came way before then. And when I tell y'all, that's God's gift to me, I'm going to try to tell this story without getting emotional. When I had Corinne, right after, maybe when she was 5, I was divorced. I got divorced. So I had to create a life for me and my daughter. So which meant my parents had to step in and help me raise my child. So that meant, like, while I'm creating a world, I'm missing out on stuff that's happening with my daughter. And I live with regrets. Solidly, I live with regrets. Like, I wasn't there for this. I wasn't there for that. It ain't like I was running the streets. I was building a world for us. So years go by, I have regrets. And I missed out on so much. But when King came along, baby, don't play with God. Because he gave that baby to me so I could see what I missed out on and I could witness it. Yeah. So I'm very intentional about who I am now. I'm very intentional. I'm very intentional on how I move and what I do. So I take that opportunity with King and I run with it, because whatever I missed out on with Corinne, God has given me a second chance to see it again. But this time my vision is even more clearer.
Mm-hmm. Wow. That's so good, girl. And you're so equipped for it. See, he gave it to you at the right time. He had to get you right.
And I don't take it for granted. I don't take it for granted.
That's great. Oh my gosh.
So Lisa, you are single, right?
I am happily single.
Happily single. Hey,
oh my God.
Down with that.
So,
Down with that.
I am happily single. I am
oh,
happily single, and I've taken this time to break me down. I treat me like an onion. I broke me all the way down, and I just started peeling layers off. I peeled the layers off, and I got to the core of me. So now I feel like, um, after 3 years of extensive therapy, I feel like I'm ready to date again, but I'm intentional about who I date. Back in the day, you might have dated anybody just to say you had a boyfriend. I don't do that. I don't do that. And truthfully, I dedicated these last 3 years to King.
yeah,
I
yeah.
and that is the God in heaven truth. I dedicated those 3 years to him. I wanted to make sure my grandson has a good foundation. I want to make sure that there's stability in his life. I want to make sure that he grows up and be a strong, black, educated, intelligent man. So that's why part of me is so intentional about parenthood.
Oh, that's awesome. That's all. Before I pass it back to Roger,
Hmm.
my brother Dosey.
Uh-huh. Oh, that's your brother?
That's my brother. Yeah,
She's not single. She's taking money.
yeah.
Boy, if you don't sit down somewhere. I didn't know that was your brother.
That's my brother. Yeah, he's my brother. Carlos, my brother.
I
Uh,
didn't know that.
yeah, yeah.
No, but no, I probably some of my friends think I'm crazy for saying this, but this is how I feel. I will continue to be single the whole 2025, and then in 2026 I'm coming outside. But no, no, all jokes aside, I am intentional about what I do. So
Yes.
that's how I'm moving.
Is she coming back?
Now I'm gonna leave her where she at.
You gonna leave her where she at?
Yeah, I'm starting anew. Cause you know what? January I'll be 60 years old. So some of my old ways cannot go with me.
Come
They
on.
can't go with me. Like I've asked God to forgive me for what I did in the past that wasn't right. Like, and He said you're taken care of. So some of my old ways are not invited.
All
They're
right.
not.
All
Right.
right.
Now don't think that they lay dormant. Then they can come back if I need them. But but right now, no, everything can't go with me.
All right. All right. All you, Roger.
Yeah, it must be an AG thing with
Yeah.
that happy single thing, because I'm happy. You know, I was listening to your story and everything. I'm so proud of you. So
Thank you.
so
Thank
proud.
you so much.
You know, and some of our stuff is similar. I got my grandson at 2, and I had him
Hmm.
at 6, and I raised him up. You know, he's doing all sorts of things now, working, doing his little is she blank? What's going on? Can you hear me, Lisa? Y'all see her?
She
Um,
she's not there. No, she's not there.
okay.
And we can't, Lisa, we can't hear her at all.
Hey, you guys go ahead now. I'm gonna give her a call. Go ahead and talk about
Pull her
something.
back in. No, yeah, we're going good. That's good. That's good. I mean, she's a powerhouse. She really
Yeah,
is.
yeah, you
I
know, but
love her. She's telling me that she's saying that she's gonna turn 60. I thought she was, I thought she was much younger. I remember when she was doing my hair and I thought she was a baby.
yeah. Well, I
But
think all of y'all babies. I
well, we
remember,
are. We
I
are
remember
to
turning
you.
60.
We are to you.
That's right. I'm almost want my Mr. Title up in this thing.
Sir, sir.
Yeah, because I turned 66 Friday. But
That's right. You had
yeah,
a birthday.
this
Yes.
Friday I turned 66.
Oh, coming up.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you
Wow.
know, I try to tell folk, because the guy in the gym be like, no, you're not, blah blah blah, all this other stuff. But you know, just like Lisa said, you know, the just taking care of yourself, rebuilding yourself, paying more attention to yourself. Because you know, because you did the military thing, you was part of the military, and you know, and all the things I missed, I got a chance because of God to do with my grandson.
I know when she said
You know,
that, I was like, "Yep, look at God. God gave you a second chance." I'm just
yeah,
happy that she's able to do it, and He gave her a second chance when she was able to appreciate it, right? I mean,
absolutely. That's the
you
key
know,
right there.
yeah.
You know, and
So,
you got to watch it because you know they get spoiled. Like my grandson, he's spoiled. I know he is. You know, but he came at the right time. You know, I never forget. I
yeah.
was
No,
walking around and I was 2 year
Oh,
old.
you got me now? Okay,
oh,
that's
Yeah,
we
you
got
enough.
her
can.
back. We got her back. I was just about to say. I'm gonna say this because this is funny. Armand, how many cakes have you bought? Have you purchased any cakes? You on mute? You're on
He,
mute.
he is.
From
Yeah,
Lisa? From
yeah.
Lisa? Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay.
I want to make sure because I always tell everybody, but he know how I feel about him and his money. He a little tight. Okay.
Everybody.
Hey, Roger, are you finished with your question?
No, I didn't. You know.
Roger, you go ahead and I'll
Yeah,
finish.
because
Oh,
what did
okay.
I miss? Because my phone just went. I mean, it went out. So.
No, I was saying the similarities between us. I had got my grandson at 2,
Uh-huh.
and you were saying things about all the stuff you missed because you're making a life for you and your daughter. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, Almond and I being in the military, I missed a lot of things with my children growing up. And
Right.
then my children, oh, they almost y'all age, 40, 43, 40, 40. So then when I got my grandson, and he was 2, and I had an opportunity to make up for those things. But when
Right.
I first got him, I'm telling this story. When I first got him, I was so jacked up. I'm 42 years old, got a 2-year-old child. I'm walking around. I left the damn baby bag at the house. I was so out of practice, and he messed himself up. I'm at the PX. I got to buy a whole outfit, got to buy a whole baby bag. So I was so out of practice, but he has been a blessing, and just like
Oh, absolutely.
just like your grandchild,
Yep.
I got him at the right time, where I could appreciate it. I had that time off. I could go
Mm-hmm.
to those school functions. I
Yep.
was retired. Didn't have to
Yeah.
worry about finances and all that other stuff, But and I taught too. Now I taught school in the Army, taught drill sergeant school and advanced non-commissioned officer course. The thing about teaching that used to get me was those doggone lesson plans. Can you elaborate on that? I hated those things.
Um, when I first entered into teaching, um, it was intriguing yet hard because I remember truly kind of having anxiety, questioning whether or not I measured up to where I should have been as a teacher. But then I had to sit down and tell myself, Lisa, you haven't had any formal training. It was like you were picked up and you were dropped in the water. And what did you do? Sink or swim?
There you go.
And I had to swim. I had to learn this, but I had the best mentor. And I tell people about Carla all the time. I had the best mentor, and she taught me so much. Um, and when you have somebody else's life in your hand,
There you go.
you got to be extra careful. You can't treat that person like you would treat yourself. So considering that they trusted me with no formal education, just formal experience, you got to take your time, you got to nurture it, you got to plan it out, you got to focus on it. You got to put you to the side for the time being and
Right.
focus on these innocent people that will look up to you, because every move that you make, they're watching you. And you just have to keep things in perspective when you're doing it. So what I would do, because I didn't work on Mondays and Tuesdays at the salon, I would stay after school and I would map out my lesson plans for the whole week. So I wouldn't feel pressured, so I wouldn't feel less than, I just would map it out, and so I could be creative with it. So, initially I started out feeling some type of way, but by the end, I had it mastered. It was a no-brainer.
Yeah, once you get it done, it was straight. Now it's kind of like you saw Major walked up to me and said, "You're gonna teach A-Not." Huh? That's what I did. I thought he was talking to somebody
Yeah.
behind.
Yeah.
In the military, they don't give you no choice. So
Yeah.
anyway, so super proud of you, home girl. Thanks
Thank
for
you,
the
homie.
birthday shout outs, folks. And
Oh,
I'm
happy
going over to
birthday.
Thank you. Go ahead, D.
Exactly. Oh, okay. So, what did I want to say? I wanted to talk about your cookbook. The cookbook. Come on now. Do you ever think about? Did you ever
I'm gonna
think,
do like Roger just did.
Yeah. Do you ever think? Do you think about that? Because I'm always thinking about. This is what I'm always thinking about. Just like you were talking about. We talk about mentorship. We're talking about having impact on the future generation. Girl, you can't leave that stuff there. You gotta make sure that somebody else can do it. So that's what I'm just putting it out there. That's putting it in the atmosphere, girl. You need to make sure you get your little cookbook.
My daughter, she can cook. My daughter, she can. Yeah, she's learned.
It can
from
be
me.
for baking. It could be for
Yeah,
baking.
I don't think she's really into baking like I am. And you know what? That baking thing, I got it down to a science.
See?
And I really need to patent my recipe. I really do. I really do.
There you go.
See?
Yeah, and you know what? Baking is so therapeutic for me. If y'all notice, now I'm gonna tell y'all a little secret. I'm gonna let y'all in. Like people be saying I be over the top, but you know what? I probably am, and it's okay because I am who I am, and I'm gonna be who I be. But like, if you see me like in the morning, I get on my Facebook Live, and I might do a video, and I got a house coat on and my head wrapped up. But let me tell you, that is an attention grabber. Because one, I'm trying to be a content creator. So they see me, they're going to be like, what is this crazy woman talking about? So that's my, but that's my makeup in the morning. But when you see me cooking and I got a house coat on and my head is wrapped up, you bets to know that the food is going to be delicious.
Boom.
I love that.
You best to know. You know why? Because at that point in time, it's a very nostalgic feeling. I'm feeling my grandmama. I'm feeling my mama, my daddy, my aunts, my uncles, all of these people that could cook. I'm feeling them in their house coat with their headscarf on and a little paper towel wrapped up in my pocket. You know? So I'm feeling my ancestors, and that like helps me. That's therapeutic for me. That's therapy, and it helps me bring everything together. It allows me to bring everything together.
Listen, I'm enjoying talking to you today, Lisa. I really am. I also wanted to. I really wanted to give a shout out to Bunny. Rest in peace.
Yes.
And to Lisa Lane, both of those girls for paving the way.
Absolutely.
And I was just telling them, they said, you say you're turning 60. Girl, I thought you was a baby when you was doing my hair.
He is a baby.
I was like, wait a minute. What?
Mm-hmm. And I'm so excited.
Yes.
And I'm so excited because I've put in the time for 60 to welcome me. I've put in that time.
We feel it. We feel it, Lisa. I literally feel it. I have like seen your growth, your maturity. I love who you are, girl. I mean, you're a strong, powerful, impactful, influential woman.
Thank you.
I love seeing all of that for you. I love it.
Don't leave it out. Let me tell you something. What I don't ever forget is my past. My past.
And
I used to be a total hellraiser. But you know what? Being a hellraiser don't get you nowhere. So let me switch this thing up. So I put in this time for 60 to welcome me. I'm excited to be turning 60 and just like doing that therapy thing. And I'll tell people all the time, I ain't crazy, but I know what I want to feel like. I know what I want to be. And it has taken a lot of time, a lot of sweat, a lot of tears, a lot of forgiveness, a lot of praying. But I can say that I've done it.
Right.
I've done it.
Absolutely.
I've done it.
And I think I had written down on my note for this, because this is just for you. And you are forgiven. You are forgiven. You're deeply loved and you're totally forgiven.
Absolutely.
Thank you. And so many, and you know what? And I want to personally thank the people in Annapolis, because so many people love me. Whenever I'm out, people show love. And my Lord, I got so many daggone cyber nieces and nephews and aunties and uncles and all of that. And you know what? A lot of people don't get love like that. So again, I don't take those things for granted. When I see people, I'll be like, "Hey, girl, how you doing? Give me some love." But half the time, girl, I probably don't even know them people name. But
Yeah,
still,
right.
but
Well, you
still,
know
I'm
what? It's a vibe, though. It is a
Yeah.
vibe, though. You don't have to know their names. I mean, you can
right,
feel it. You can feel it. So yeah.
right, yeah.
This, thank you so much. I mean,
Oh, you're welcome.
I'm happy that they gave me an opportunity to be on here with you for tonight. I mean, it really meant everything to me.
Oh, thank you so much.
You did. So anyway, I'm gonna send it back to Armin because he always got something to say.
Always, girl. He's so full of himself.
Girl, see, you just said something.
I tell him that all the time.
She does. She does. You know,
AG.
Lisa, you know, it's really been an honor to have you on the show tonight. You know, this is well deserved. I never forget when you first was on the show, when I was trying to get you, you said, "My name carries some weight." You know, I said, "Hey, I'm Armin Wallace," you know.
Oh my God.
So I had to do more. I knew I had to go and do more.
Mhm.
Because Lisa said that she motivated me, right?
Uh,
But now we over 300,000 followers strong.
that's what I'm talking about.
You know, and I thank you for it.
Oh,
But
you're
you know,
welcome.
I got one question for you. Then I'm gonna allow you to close us out with something impactful for anyone who's trying to become the next Lisa DeJesus. Okay, all right.
Mhm.
When do you see yourself retiring?
I don't.
Awesome.
I don't. I don't want to sit down and do nothing. I will sit down and do nothing when I die. I want to continue to live. I like the way I live. I don't know, I don't even know what retirement looks like. I don't even know if I'm financially set for retirement with the way the economy is.
Oh,
Now,
yeah.
if you had asked me last year, I would be like, "Oh, I'm going to do something such and such time." But that's neither here nor there because I know I'm taken care of. But um I don't ever see myself retiring. I like moving. I like shaking. I like making a difference. Annapolis is so small. So the powerful people that we have in Annapolis, baby, we got to keep that thing going. We can't be sitting down because we see that the younger generation is a entitled generation and they don't want to do a whole lot. They're expecting everything to be given to them for free. Our generation, we work for it. So I will reach those that I can reach. And all after that, I guess it's every man for themselves. And I hate to say it that way, but you can only do but so much for people. So those that I can touch along the way, come on, let's do this thing called life. I don't see myself retiring because I'm always thinking of ways to do other things. Like now, I'm working on two more projects or whatever. So I'm always thinking of ways to have multiple streams of income, to keep myself active, to keep myself flowing, and to keep myself present for me.
That's beautiful. Before you close us out, Roger, do you have anything that you want to say to Lisa?
Yeah, Lisa, I just want to say I'm super proud of you, homegirl.
Thank you. Thank you,
AG
homie.
for life.
AG for
Great
life.
story. You know, when my dad passed away a few years ago. But this how strong that Annapolis garden love is. The day before he passed away, he was walking around with an AG for life hoodie.
Nice.
You know,
That
our
part.
neighborhood was something else.
Yep.
And I've always treasured being part of that. And so
Oh, yeah.
you've never been a neighborhood girl or one of my friends from the neighborhood or whatever. You're a neighborhood family. We're family.
Yes.
I'm so
Yes.
proud.
Absolutely.
So proud.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm going to turn it over to D.
I guess, Lisa, I mean, I just said it all earlier, but I guess my last question to you is what's next for Lisa?
I can't speak on it right now, but I can't speak on it. But it's gonna be great. Um it's going to be probably, I'm hoping and praying that it'll have me traveling around the world.
Amen to that. I stand in agreement with you on that, girl. You let
Yeah.
me know. You let me know when that comes out. You let me know. I'm standing in agreement.
Yeah,
with you on
you
that.
know, so I've been working on a project for probably like 6 months now. So I'm praying that it manifests into something huge. I don't want anything big. I want it to be huge.
Right, right. Well, if it's if you can't see past it, then only God can do it. So that's a good thing.
Absolutely. And I'm real serious when it comes to God.
Amen.
Amen.
So now, when you're ready to announce it, you're gonna come back on the show and announce it, right?
Sure. Sure.
That's my girl. Now, before Lisa closes out next week, Pete Smith will be on the show. He's running for county executive. We're going to give him a boost. He's going to be on the show so we can try to get Pete Smith elected to county executive. Close us out, Lisa.
Oh, before
Word of the day.
wait a minute. Before she goes, I just wanted to say, Lisa, I want to say this again. I had to say this. Thank you so much for giving us so much of yourself tonight.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thank you so much for that.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me. So I'm going to close you out. Do you know what a mustard seed is?
Yep.
Come on.
What is it?
And you look at small.
Small.
Tiny, tiny, tiny,
Yeah.
tiny.
And if you had, the word of the day is faith.
Come on.
Faith.
Yes.
All you need is that mustard seed. And all you need to do is take that mustard seed and let it absorb in your heart. Let it be a part of who you are. Ask God to give you faith every day. Every day when you wake up, look in the mirror and say, God, what are we doing? Give me faith. Allow me to make it through this day. Shield me from hurt, harm, and danger.
Yes.
That mustard seed will take you far in life. And your faith in God is unmatched. And to that I say, have a good evening.
Thank you.
Thank you. Where's our
Thank you
class?
for being on the show. Thank everybody for showing up.
Thank you for allowing me to show up.
Yeah. See you next week, everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Thanks, Lee.